Well, let's take a look at what this thing's all about, shall we? What's going on, ladies and gents? It's your boy MikeOfAllTrades coming at you today with a quick review. Not a long review, not a short review, but I guess a medium review of the Atari Gamestation Go. So, I got this via winning a giveaway on 19K Fox's channel. And it's going to go back to the community, but before it does, I want to check it out, run it through its paces, and let's see what it's all about. Let's see what this thing does, and hell, if it's good, I might want to buy one myself. So, let's get it open. This is what it looks like, the packaging and everything else. And it's a big box, like, I'm not even joking. The box of this thing is absolutely huge. You guys can see on the front window, it has classic arcade games like Asteroids, and Centipede, and Missile Command, and Warlords, and you gotta know, it includes Pac-Man. And it's officially licensed for anybody who's worried about it, so this isn't one of those things you can just write off like it's trash. And, Atari, Pac-Man, Jalico, Jalico, or Jalico. Yo, let me know, because we used to see it different when I was a kid, so, and it's a portable system. It tells you what to do if you don't follow directions, So lift the lever. Alright. And that's actually some pretty decent presentation. You got Asteroids, Berserk, Breakout, Recharge, Centipede, Recharge, Missile Command, Recharge. So they have recharge games. Balls of Steel, so I'm assuming that's all, pinball stuff and everything else. And then you've got your classic Atari games. So 2600. You've got 5200, a couple 5200 games, and a bunch of 7800 games. And then, if you guys want to look at it, you guys can pause, look at the games list, because listen, that list is so long, yo. I'm not reading all that. y'all are crazy. Y'all think I'm reading all that, but it's a nice presentation folded up. As we look on the side, you do get a wood grain sides, all that other cool stuff, and then you've got somebody with their hands holding it like they're so happy. You can tell when somebody's using expressive hands and they're happy to be there. And here it is. Features 200 plus video games, 7-inch high resolution display, rechargeable battery, built-in Wi-Fi for easy updates, integrated paddle, trackball, and keypad, smart glow control, indication technology, game save options, and connected TV via HDMI, which they do showcase over there. I don't know how this is going to act with the capture card, but I think for this, I'm just going to primarily check it out as a handheld, because, a lot of people are probably going to, use this thing as a handheld. So, let's shake it open. And there it is. Apparently upside down. But, yeah, let's see. Nice presentation, I'll give it that. Hell, it has some real Switch 2 vibes to it, taking it out the box. Like, if you haven't opened a Switch 2, and we'll put that to the side. What else comes in the box? Okay, so we've got that, and then nice presentation paper. You've got your connected Wi-Fi for software updates. You've got inserts. And then this is a big base for an HDMI cable. I just want to say that. I know they have to take a lot of space up, but HDMI cable, power cable with a power brick. So it doesn't even look like it's been used. So I'm assuming this must be USB-C, because, yeah, again, it doesn't even look like it came out the box. Unless Fox is just that good at packaging things. Yeah, it's USB Type-C. So if you've got a charger laying around, pretty sure it does the job. Under that, yeah, there's nothing else. So yeah, not too shabby at all. Now that I've got that back in, got the cable in, what's in this red box? Inside the red box you get certificate of authenticity. So there's that for the Gamestation Go, so that's nice of them. Along with a Play Atari guide and a user guide with a QR code. So it's nice that things are compact and everything else in this box. But let's look at the main event. And here it is in hand. First impressions, it's got a decent weight to it. That is clearly the rotating wheel, you have the controller, and then you have the trackball all on one side. So I hope that none of this would interfere with. And then you've got all this right here, and then you've got face buttons, number pad, again, all that kind of stuff. On the top, you've got an on and off switch. It looks like a home button, an SD card, micro SD card slot with something in there. So we'll take a look at that. HDMI out, to where you charge with the power. HDMI, it has a headphone jack, so that's really cool as well. And then, not sure what that orange button's on. It's probably to turn it on, maybe, with L1 and L2 triggers on the sides. On the back of the console, it's just got a big MyArcade logo, and it's nice that they put controller chargers on the back, so these apparently play with controllers, which that's cool. I'm assuming those are sold separately. And then in their best Nintendo Switch imitation, there is a kickstand. So that's cool. It doesn't feel too flimsy, doesn't feel too heavy, feels fine. Let's see how we power this thing on. So that left switch, oh my gosh, it has the loading like an arcade one. I'll say the power switch feels a little flimsy. You know, like it feels kind of Fisher Price-ish, but overall it's not too bad. I'm trying to let you guys see the startup that goes on. Yeah, that definitely gave a one-up feels. And here it is out of the box. Figured we start with the default settings first, you know. So you guys see the Atari, Balls of Steel, Pac-Man, Jalico, whatever you want to call it, and then Pico, and then your settings. Inside your settings, nothing major, just display, your music, turn it on or off. You can adjust screen brightness. You can update online if you need to. You can factory reset, and then your frequently asked questions are right there, that's a nice step, you know, to add that in there. And then the legal ramifications of owning this device. But let's start basic. Let's start with some Atari stuff and see what you got. So they have staff picks 2600, 52, 78, Atari Arcade, M Network, and then multiplayer games, which that's cool. And then recents. So I'm not gonna be nosy. Let's see what staff recommends, okay? Let's see what the staff recommends. Okay, so they've got Adventure, Agent, Blasteroids, Asteroid, Centipede. So basically all the popular titles, you know. You know what? Let's try Missile Command. We're going to try Missile Command and see how that controls because, you know. So I don't think I went over it, but there's a settings button, a credit button, and then select and start. So I don't know if we need to enter credits. Apparently, we do. We enter credits like that. And then we can press start. So, trackball. The trackball feels really, like, like I'm out of, it feels really loose. You know what I mean? Like it feels like, you know, like if you move it around, you have to be very, 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 very in tune with your star player. Like, where did I even go? But It's not too bad. That being said, it does feel pretty accurate. It's just the trackball is kind of weird. The screen looks good. The sounds good. And then if we hit settings, we should be able to just, yeah, hit the button, go back to the game, and then if you pause, it'll tell you the controls of how to play. So that's pretty cool. Yes, we're sure. It's like, yo, are you sure you want to quit? Let's try Centipede. We'll play some Centipede and see how that controls. So this you can use the D-pad move. Yep. Yep. The buttons feel kind of gummy. Like they feel like I don't know if you guys have ever touched like those old knockoff 360 buttons for Xbox 360 controllers, but that's kind of what they feel like. So that's something you want to keep in mind. The D-pad feels okay. I guess I won't know until we try something that might actually require a D-pad, like to be precise. But I don't want to say it feels like a kid's toy, but like the 8-bit dough buttons on those kind of controllers, they feel a little better, you know. So again, it's not bad. Like it's nice, you know. That's be expected. I will say there is a very long delay in anything that you touch, whatever else. But yeah, you can play things like Food Fight on here, and you know what I mean. Like it's a really good selection of games. You know, especially if you want to support the devs and stuff, the people who actually manufacture games. Really good selection. But y'all know what y'all want to see. I want to see you say anything too. Now I don't know if you have to do this every time, but I just want to show this. The SD card slot. So you can load things in here. However, it is very snug as a bug. But you can pop in. There might be a setting in here to load in. I'm not sure. But it's hard to get in and hard to get out. But once you get it in, you'll load. And then you want to mount the micro SD card. So there you go. And then you can pick your games. So let's see what's on here. Oh, yeah. Okay. This SD card will come with it for whoever wins this during the raffle. But yeah. So again, it's very slow to load, but you know, it's functional. It's running, and I just want to hear him say it. Please say it for the one time. Make me happy. This is my favorite versus game ever. Are you ready, true believers? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Welcome to the... Oh, okay. So, you hit the credit button on here. It doesn't... Well, that's weird. Oh, I must have hit the settings, but at the same time. All right. The buttons are very close, by the way, so you need to be careful with that because you'll do like I just did and hit the thing. All right, let's go. So, hold start. Wait, no. One second. Hold the start button. Nope. Okay, that doesn't work on here. Fine. But it's a Japanese version, so you can play with Norimaru, which is cool. But it sounds good. It looks good. I do have the speakers all the way up, and I don't know what the buttons are, so we're gonna find out together. That's heavy. That's that. Okay, so the top buttons. Okay. All right. Wait, so it's weird because the buttons are like lined up like that. So I don't know if there's a setting to go in MAME and change them or whatever. So then how am I doing super on here? Can I tag team super? Can I tag team super at least? Oh man. So this is not ideal for fighters. I hate the fact that they're all like separate like that. So if I want to do something like, oh, I brought up the main menu. Oh, okay, cool. So we can adjust buttons and stuff in here, and then we can just quit. So yeah, this might be better for you know, getting your quick fix in on like actual like arcade games. So like, you know, you want to go on MAME and maybe boot up some X-Men. It might be better for that instead of just trying to, you know, instead of trying to play a fighter without setting up the buttons, because you will need to do that. If anybody knows me, knows I love me some WrestleFest. Don't matter what system it's on. Yo, give me what I want. Yeah, give me the squad. Hold on, bro. Give me the squad. And these little speakers down here, they are pretty loud. So you can move the D-pad. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so those are my two action buttons. Okay. Take that suplex. Yeah, pick them up. Whip them off. Hit them with the line. Pick them back up. Yeah. Whip them again. Power slam. Pick them up. Yeah. Oh no, bro. Don't run. Don't run, bro. Really, Hogan? Really, bro? This ain't got nothing to do with you. I did all that work over there. All that work over there, bro. I did all that work over there. You take this backbreaker, bro. See, look, you didn't want to play the game. Take this suplex. Okay, so it's weird. The controls are not registering like they should. But take the suplex. That's all right. Look at that. I did all that work. Somebody getting put in this $1 million dream. That I do know. Give me the up. There we go. Come on. There we go. $1 million dream. Go to sleep. Ugh. Get him out of there. Yeah. I speak this in any language. I speak this in any language. Let's go. So, if you don't want to get your basic fun cabinet, you can potentially level something like that. Take that backbreaker. Look, everybody wants some of the kid. Oh, he got a strong kick out. So yeah, little two buttons like this. Yeah, it works. Backbreaker. Look, they're all trying to jump me. Y'all might be cooked. Yo, we might be cooked. Oh, we're done. We're done. And we will not be hitting the credit button to add in. If we're going out, we're going out. We're going out, we're going out. Yep. We're out of there. That's okay, though. Let's take this back to the desk, though, and I'll give you guys my final thoughts. And that was my look at the Atari Gamestation. Now, it's not a bad device at all, you know. I can feel like they put a underpowered like chipset in here, you know, just only because of the way the menus load up and stuff. Like if you know, there's a little bit of delay, but if you click in even something like an Atari game, you know, it should load in pretty instantaneously. And, you know, some of it does, but then when you go to something like, you know, an older game or whatever else, right? Or a newer game, I should say, you know, something like the pinball or whatever else, right? It takes a little bit to load in, and that's understandable. Also, it really has an issue with like inputting your presses. You know, when you hit the button and put your inputs in, it takes a while. So, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, but this is selling at some places like BJ's, giggity, for $130. I know this retails for like $180. So if you want something that's handheld, you want to get your retro fix in and everything else, you know, it's cool to pick up. The buttons are lit up. The only thing that sucks about this is $180, right? Compare that to products like the Nintendo Switch Lite, which retails for $200 or $220 now, but it went back down to $200, whatever else, right? Or the Retroid hand consoles, you know, consoles where you can pick up and you can add emulation to, like you can on this one, where you can go ahead and you can emulate, you know, some of your favorite games. I will say this, right? I'll say this, you know, this thing right here, right? It's cool only because the emulation, you know, because the fact you can BYOG essentially, and you can run your own games. That makes it worth it. You know, it's a handheld portable. It's not like you have to go get a Steam Deck or whatever else, and you don't have to set up launch box or anything else like that to get your fix. So this for $130 isn't bad. I think $180 is kind of high. You know, it's funny that they tried to emulate the Switch, you know, with the little kickstand and the little kickstand gimmick and whatever else, which, by the way, the kickstand is magnetic, by the way, you know. But, you know, it's cool. And they try to, like, make their own little, like, console. So, again, I give it credit. The trackball, it's, you know, it's responsive. You know, I just have really big gorilla hands, you know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense. The D-pad's cool. It lights up around the outside. I mean, that's nice. And then the spinner, you know, that's actually very, very, very well done. The numpad is nice. My only issue is literally these clear buttons. You know, I think if you're going to do it, spend a little bit extra and then make the buttons quality. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is because the buttons are actually raised up really high. You know what I mean? If you're going to do controller buttons, they shouldn't be that high up. For comparison, we'll use my 8-bit dough because that's the controller I have next to it. You guys can see just how high that is compared to those buttons. So more travel, more delay equals lack of your inputs, blah, 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 yakety smackety. The screen is nice. It's not touch screen. I do like the fact that everything is labeled. So, you know, your credit buttons and your select and your starts and whatever else, things you can get in is nice. I wish these buttons on the top wasn't colored. I get the on and off switch being colored and toggled or whatever else. I wish that was a press button. And then the volume rocker, it's colored. But again, these are nitpicks at this point. They're nitpicks. The speakers, I don't think I talked about them enough, but they're actually they're really good. And this is me putting them next to my microphone, and this is at full volume. So, yeah, I mean, again, it's not bad at all. If you find it on deal, pick it up. I think $130 is a fair price. I think $180 is a little bit too much for what you would pay for this, but realistically speaking, you're paying for the license of the product. You know, literally you're paying for the licensed games that are inside of it, which is its whole other thing, you know. You can buy a couple collections on disc and you can play these games. Or you can have something that you can take into an airport or be on a train or bus with or whatever else, and you can use. Or at the time of recording this video, you could win this. Now, when I won this on 19K Fox's stream, I said that I was going to use this for the charity stream, and I I'm a man of my word. This Sunday, December 21st, we'll be doing the 4th annual Extra Life charity stream benefiting Children's Hospital, Wisconsin. I will have a link in the description if you want to click in. There will be a raffle for this. To enter the raffle, it is $25. You know, $25. The winner, I'll ship it out to them, etc., etc. There's milestones and everything else that are on there. By the time the stream starts, you guys will be able to see all the milestones and whatever else. So, and there'll be more than just this going as well, but we're gonna raise some money for the children. You know, as I usually do every year, because that's what we do. I just don't do it usually on the MikeOfAllTrades channel because, well, I don't think we're doing karaoke this year unless somebody drops a fat number. But anyway, pick this up if you want it for $130. See the BJs, get it for $130. Otherwise, I would be patient and wait because $180 for this is too much when you can buy a Steam Deck for $300. So those are my thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you, 90K Fox, for sending this over. And yeah, I had to put my hand on it. I mean, I did. Now, if this thing could play Cosmic Invasion, I'd be in. But again, the link will be in the description. The stream will be Sunday. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Whoever wins this, congratulations. And if you don't win and you want to pick it up, you'll pick it up. Treat yourself. It's the holiday season, right? Get yourself something. Anyway, MikeOfAllTrades. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you're not. Oh, and I guess hype the video because hyping the video is a thing. And hey, YouTube thinks you're going to like this video that's about to show up next at the end. I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces. Ooses.